All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. I'm not late. I'm absolutely not late. And also, I've heard the Crazy Bus song. It's bad. I think Jeffrey Day, if I remember, did a remix of it that was pretty amazing. Late, ha ha ha. I'm not late. I swear I'm not. Definitely not. What do I think about the special Nintendo planes for Chole? Are we talking like amiibo stuff? Is that what we're talking about here? Like amiibo kind of special Nintendo planes? I didn't see any special Nintendo planes when I played. But I know that people said that the Plus version was pretty much made just so that they could throw amiibo on there. It's not amiibo? Are they super planes or on par with super planes? Did I never wipe? You know, it's funny. That's a good question. Is that the command? Going off, I'm using my phone. So I'm just trying to see. Or is it factions? Reset. Yeah. It's one of these commands. Definitely. I'm gonna need to tab out of the game anyway, actually. Aha! I owe them points too, do I? Do I owe them points? I'm not egoing you, Sticky. I'm looking at the important things here. I'm looking at all the things like me forgetting to do the faction wipe. And my bot now telling me that I have no commands. Aha, here we go. I think there's a way. I think there's a way that I can look at the history, the command history with the bot. We'd like to add the shirtless command with our March win. Oh yeah. Are we changing the discounted command for the month? I completely forgot. Like the other day when you came in and checked it, I was like, oh yeah, it's wipe time. And then I just immediately, what game was I playing 2 days ago? Anyway. 2 days ago was, oh, Armored Core? Yeah, Armored Core. I just got right into, whatever. I can't find the history thing. I might be able to find it later. Let it ride. They're just buffed planes with Nintendo skins. I can't believe you never saw the glory of... Oh wait, I forgot to move my camera. We're supposed to be down here. Okay, second Griffin stream. Second Griffin stream is true. This mission is a bitch to S rank. We have already spent a whole entire stream trying to S rank this mission to no avail. We tried for a whole 3 hours. Dante Must Die is actually hard. Who would have thunk? I know my combos. Oops. The hell is sticky? Ah. Why did you target him? How buffed are these planes, though? Is kind of the question. Like if you had to say, you know, like what plane would be roughly equivalent power-wise to the Luigi F-35? Like, is it still like a mid-tier plane? Just slightly better, or is it like a top tier? Like, is it on par with like an F-22? Like, what are we talking here in terms of power? Performance, even, if you will. Oh shit. That's one way to do it. Chole wig? You know how long it's been since someone made me do this shit? It's been nice. There. Is around the F-22? Then I guess it's fine. As long as it's not like... I feel like the F-22 is like the benchmark. If it's like stronger than the... I just generally think of the F-22 as being like the really strong plane. No swearing? For this? I generally think of the F-22 as being like the all-around best plane, you know? So if it starts to exceed that kind of power, then it's probably ban-worthy. Like, once you're better than the top tiers and you're closer to the super planes than them, then yeah. Hold on, I also stretch. Jesus. Everyone, calm down. Everyone kind of just collectively was like, oh, we have redeems. Ugh. I have been in my chair all morning. Oof. Okay. That was nice. Oh. Oh, I already swapped. Ow. Let me through. Excuse me. Just need my spears. Don't mind me. Uh-oh. Me? Oh my god. Why caveman? What is happening? Everyone needs to calm down. Was it this? I don't remember what I was looping it. Was it Stinger? It might have been Stinger. Oh. Hold on. Chole needs to reset that timer now. Chat, don't blow your load so fast. There's a Tekken stream this week at some point. At this rate, we'll never be able to play Panda. Or Kuma, if that's your preference. Kuma does have electrics. Bear electrics are incredible. Just the best. Stretch? What's wrong with you people? You know that DMC1's timer doesn't actually pause when the game is paused, right? And Chole just stretched. So you only got like a little stretch, because that's all the stretching that Chole needed. Great start to the boss that was ruining our day the other day. What a fantastic start. Oops. Hello, Silver. Ever considered spending all your money on highly detailed models? Considered, yes. However, no. Decided on no. Chole decided on no, but Chole did consider it. That's right, these have to be iframed. We're still going. That's not good. Again. Griffin was like, oh, you can't dodge these? Well, that's my path to victory. Oh no. Chole was a little panicked. Could you see the anxiety in those movements? Wow. Chole's iframes. Where were they? On highly endowed models? What do you mean by that? You haven't been to Prague? Join Assault or Cross Rumble more? Cross Rumble is better, but not by a ton. They're pretty close. They're really close. Or should you give a... Chole gave a higher score to Cross Rumble. Because it is better. Chole's health bar. Bitch. Could you two calm yourselves? Darling's Cabaret. Gentlemen's Club. Where you can do more than simply look. This is valuable information. Oh my god. If that ever changes. Which it might, you know. I'll just take a quick note down on that one. This isn't DMC2? No. But this mission in particular is very hard. Zap, zap, zap. Okay. Not that I would know anything about that. I'm also married. Not that I would know a thing about it. I didn't know a thing about it until just now. Thank you, Dante. Uh-oh, the one in the back is going to devil trigger. No, please. Okay. Crisis averted. Just barely, though. Oh, no. There's a problem. Yeah, it's bad when that happens. The fetishes in DT are a little scary. You are the bitch man. Uh-oh, he's coming in hot. Ow. Leave me alone. Let me go. No, it wasn't Stinger I was looping it with. I don't know what I was doing. Uh-oh. That works, though. It's not a lie. Some fetishes are really scary. We all know that it's true. We're all scared of something. Except for that one dude in chat right now who's like, well, I don't know. I've never encountered anything that scares me. Why are there multiple smiley faces in chat in response to that? More than one person just responded with a smiley face when I said, except for that one guy. Maybe there's more than one guy. Oh. That was a super weird, like, instance. I was just confused. Oh. Hey, we take them. If the game gives them, we take them. Holy shit, could we stop? No way you're doing this so close to me. The double jump will kill me there. The double jump will kill me. Aside from social stuff, define social stuff. What does that mean? My fetish is watching Chole get beat up by a giant bird. This bird, of course, like public speaking. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's what I thought. This friend was caught on the home camera. What? His friend was caught on the home camera doing what? No, that's like next level crazy. Well, like, that's the kind of situation that you're just like, man, why you gotta put me in this situation? Why you gotta do this to me? Ow. He was politely asked to leave. Oh, really? Was he now? Did they, let me guess, ever invite him back? Perchance? Wait, hold on. I saw NYPD and something about the number 23. Ow. We just caught one of our cleaning crew boosting 23 laptops. 23? Bro, it's 23. Just take like one. Like, if you're gonna do it, be sneaky about it. Don't try to take like a whole goddamn heist of computer equipment. Take a little bit. Just take, you know, one. Someone will be like, oh, somehow this must have gotten lost. His nickname is the Panty Sniffer Forever. I'm shocked he was never invited back. One of the people that bought them called us. Oh my god. Oh, sweet Jesus. I can't see. I can't see you. Griffin. There. Oh my god. That's new. Where'd you get that one from, man? Like, I've seen you do that laser pattern before, but never while you're flying. I heard it hit him. It literally made an impact sound. Sweet Jesus. Hello? There. What the hell? If I was all the way over here, what was the camera doing? Oh, we're dead. Jesus Christ. What do you mean the audio video sync is off? What do you mean? What do you mean the sync is off? Clap. It's visible. God damn it. God damn it. It's not out of sync. It's visibly out of sync. I can see it. I can see that it's out of sync. It is out of sync, right? Let me go to the stream, like the actual stream. Seems fine here. Sync it. God damn. No, on stream it's perfectly fine. It is the on my laptop, the audio splitter is showing it as going through way before the video feed. It's not that I'm crazy. My audio splitter is actually just displaying wrong right now, I guess. Because on stream it looks perfectly fine. But on my actual OBS, it's showing as being wrong. Like very off, like just completely noticeably off on OBS when that's not the case. We go. We go. The best part about this is still that, you need to buy a new laptop? No, I don't. Thing is a relic. Hey. My laptop still outspecs most of my buddies' gaming PCs. All right? You know why? Because it is a laptop provided for game dev work. So it was made to do real-time edits on unoptimized games. That was the entire purpose of me having it. So it was very beefed out when I got it. And so even now, like what? 3 years later, still pretty beefed out. For, you know, being like my secondary encoding device. Buddies are broke boys though. Some of them are. Some of them are not. Whoa. Some of them, I wish that I had the money they do. But like, there's no way in hell that I could do the work they do. And that's coming from me. You know, Mr. Alleged workaholic. Everyone keeps telling me, oh, you need to work less. Oh, you need to take more time to do things for yourself. Yeah. Oh. Ow, there it is. There's the death. There are typically a few ladies in the Chole chat. There are. Everyone in the US needs to work less, IMO. Hey. We don't have the work culture right yet. We haven't found the balance. That's true. But you know what? At least we're not Japan. Because holy shit, Japan's work culture is a nightmare. I'll take it. Could be worse. And plus, I'm self-employed. Doesn't matter for me right now, at least. Oh no, he DT'd. Oh, he was already super low health, thank God. Give orbs. Ow. Your ding-dong misses the touch of a woman. You could be an indentured servant in Saudi Arabia working until you drop dead. It could be. Could be worse. Chole is nothing but complain to his bosses and landlords. They are the worst. Did I, the touch of a woman thing made me think. I told this story to False recently, and she thought it was hilarious. A little bit ago, my mom was like, you're still, like, you're young. You should be, like, going out and, like, partying. You shouldn't be working all the time. And I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of just chilling. I'm kind of happy doing this, to be honest with you. She was like, well, yeah, but you're gonna regret it if you don't go. Like, you should go to, like, a club or something. And I was just like, bitch, have you met me? A club? I should go to the club. I was just like, huh? What are you talking about? Ow. And just recently, my younger sister, went to a frat party. And my mom was like, see, like, you should be doing these things while you're young. And I'm like, frat party. Sure. Sounds great. Let me just not do that. Oh. Me and your mom go to the club. No, instead of going to the club, I could sit here and, like, work on my next essay about the design and execution of a Japanese arcade flight game and or Japanese stealth action espionage game. I think that sounds way better, personally. I mean, even just, you know, you say it out loud and it's like, oh yeah, that's way better, way cooler. Ooh. Ow. Can I see? Will the game bless me with the ability to actually see what the boss is doing this time? Time will tell. Oh God. Kind of scary when you do that, man. I don't really know. Honestly, it just seems like running towards you works. Okay, he's too high up there to air raid. While the drinks are both cheap and expensive. That's actually a great way of putting it. The drinks are both cheap and expensive. The cheapest drinks imaginable that you will spend a fucking fortune on. Okay, the camera is so weird in this fight. And I normally... Me and the DMC1 camera mostly get along. Like, I know for a lot of people, the camera in this game is like one of the biggest sticking points where they're like, oh my god, I cannot stand DMC1's camera. Like, even people who like DMC1, they're like, oh yeah, the camera is like the worst part. I normally get along with the camera just fine. This fight is a nightmare for the camera though. And you don't really notice it until you have to like do the whole fight while taking less than like 3 hits, because otherwise you die. Then it becomes super noticeable just how bad the camera here actually is. Oh my. This is fucked. We're just gonna have to iframe it. We got lucky, because iframing it is not very consistently safe. But when you're that close, you can't actually read it in time. Like, you can't react in time. Iframing is better than guessing. Oh, please. If there is a god. There is. You can take that as your proof. Take that, atheists. Oh, God. Did you not see the Lord himself save me from death in the Griffin fight that one time? How could you tell me there's no God? Maybe it's more consistent than I think. That was an incredibly dumb time to test it. It's not what I thought we were doing, but I like this one. Chat, shut up. Everyone. Quiet. Oh, my heart attack right there when I got hit. Jesus Christ. Now, we all need to collectively say one more prayer to the God that we now know exists and beg him that this is actually an S rank run so that we never have to do this again. After we watch this beautiful cutscene, of course. I bet Cole low-key has a hot mom that all his friends like. Do you think that because of how I look, of course? My appearance? We did drop some frames. It looks like it's fine. You can just see the gene pool that I'm working with, sort of thing. And you can just tell. That's how you are lucky that she is 18. You are very lucky on this one. Still weird, but you're very lucky. RNGesus, let this be an A rank? Bro. Does cutscene time count? I don't think so, no. If it does, we're fucked, because this is a really long one. If it does, it's Jover. But from what we've seen so far, I don't think so.
Maybe it was too easy for you.
It was. Just First try, really.
Always make me sick, killing even his own, like they were nothing. He's the one that took the life of my mother, my brother, and Shirley. My mother used to always tell me that my father was a man who fought for the people. He had courage and a righteous heart. In the name of my father, I will kill Mundus.
Oh, please let this be an S rank. You think Bayonetta combat is better than DMC? Better than DMC 1? Yes. Better than like DMC 3 and on? Absolutely not. Give me. Oh, please. Oh, please. I don't know what the time limit is. Oh. Oh, thank God. Okay. He's defeated. He's defeated. We've done it. Only took like 4 hours of attempts to beat that mission. Good Lord above. No double S? Shut your mouth. Thank God there's no double S in DMC 1. Okay. Let me actually pull up the requirement table again. Where's the P rank? No P rank. That's an ultra kill thing. Oh, the time limit is actually 10 minutes on that last mission, but it seems like there is like an invisible Dante must die bonus that I wasn't aware existed before, because we've had a few missions where I shouldn't have gotten the S as far as how I understand the system, but it's giving it to me anyway. And that was actually one of them. I was a minute and a half over the time limit, but we still got it, seemingly because there's a little wiggle room for DMD. Or difficult DMD. This is the third run. Speaking of, let's take a moment for this beautiful rank sheet that's really starting to come together. Especially that mission 15, that third S. Let's just really appreciate that one. Feels good. Like stream. And we might be able to fill out the chart today. Could we? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, maybe we're pushing it a little bit if we're trying to get it today, but it's possible. Potentially. This mission should only take me like 6 minutes. Like, the missions are short. Oh man, there's no way we do it today. There's so many more bosses before the end still. We have all 3 nightmare fights still to go. We have Nello, Angela. Oh my God, we have Mundus. Mundus is gonna be a shit show. Mundus was actually difficult for me to do on hard, because that fight is just by far the most difficult boss fight in DMC 1. Could you put me down? Ow. I hate this bitch. I didn't do it fast enough. Uh-oh. We're dead. Put me down! Yeah. Gravity or fire, young man? Gravity. Or sorry, not gravity. Fire, young man. That's a new one. I don't know. I've never seen that happen where it respawns me in the secret mission for some reason. No, fire young man, absolutely. I personally think the AC2 soundtrack clears the Cross Rumble one. Personally, I think the AC2 just has a much stronger soundtrack. Like, Cross Rumble has a handful of really good tracks, but the thing is, Cross Rumble has like a 60 track OST, and only like 20 of those are actually original. It just reuses a ton of music from like Joint Assault. There's a couple Assault Horizon ones in there. It just, like, half the OST isn't even original. The original stuff is solid, but it's not Ace Combat 2 solid. Ace Combat 2 is just filled to the brim with bangers. Oh boy. Come on, man. I need these orbs, and you going into DT does not make life easy. Oh my god, it worked. I threw the Hail Mary with the vortex, and it actually worked. Oh wait, he does block the door. Another one? Going to sleep. All right, Aniket. We'll see you around. It's the best credits theme. Oh, does it? I don't know, man. AC4 though, right? Right, I think so. It's up there. It does have a really good credits theme. It's not that it doesn't, but like AC4's credits. I mean, we all know that AC4 is the best Ace Combat game. Absolutely. We all know it. It's true. We all know it. Dragon Riders. Introduce Dragon Riders to make them essentially plane pilots against Rosgreen Empire airships. I don't hear any Ace Combat references. That sounds all original. Not derivative of anything. I think that sounds super, super original. I shouldn't have gone for the real-time switch. Zero is the best, you bozo. Hey, man. On a first playthrough, Zero left me underwhelmed, but I feel like the replayability is going to be where it shines. For like one front to back run, it was not underwhelmed like as a game, but as a follow-up, like as the trilogy, like the way that it got played up for me, right, was like these 3 games are the trilogy of peak Ace Combat. So I played 4. And I was like, yep, that's the best one so far. And then I played 5, and it was like, okay, I didn't like it quite as much as 4, but also I really, like, it's the second best so far. And then 0 felt like it was just the weak one of the 3, at least on the merit of just like one single playthrough. You know? It's like, it's not bad by any means, but as the finale of like the trilogy of what I was told so frequently was the best run, it was like, oh, I was expecting more, you know? I was fully expecting more, was all it was. And I think that outside of Pixie, the storytelling was not great, especially after like 4 and 5. But that might also change, like, on replay. You know, just, I know a little more Ace Combat lore now than I did then. That might still change. But I feel like 0 is like the perfect Ace Combat to replay over and over. Whereas like 4 and 5 are like the best. If you just play them once, they're amazing kind of games, you know? And 4 replays really well too. 5 doesn't, but 4 does. I just have a feeling that 0 is gonna replay better. Even though I haven't done it yet, but I have that feeling. A contrarian? I'm not a contrarian. I'm not. Just that MGS2 is the best Metal Gear as well, so far. Oh, I'm doing things in the wrong order, my bad. We need to interact with the puddle first. For all they know, it is all original. That's all that matters. Has 5 gone down in your rankings? Yes. I was just talking about it yesterday. Like, if I were to do a renewed scoring, then 5 would definitely fall in the ranks, like post, like replaying the games and everything. Oh shit. But, like, I still fully stand by what's in the reviews. Because, like, the reviews are from the perspective of, like, this is a single playthrough. This is my first run. Like, here's what I thought. And, like, that's never going to change. That's just, like, the first playthrough is not something that I can repeat and reevaluate. Like, that's just, it is what it is. So the reviews, scores, and rankings are still valid in one sense. But, like, AC3 also went down for me. I enjoyed 3 less after doing all the story routes than I did before. But, like, AC2 went up when I replayed it. AC4 stayed about the same. I'm still just like, yep. It's a damn good game. 5 definitely went down. I have a feeling that others will, like, Assault Horizon. I probably won't like it as much after I play it, like, 3 times back to back. But when I just played it once, you know, for the one time, I was like, you know what? This is some fun shit. I can't even be mad at this game because it's just, like, pure, stupid, like, goopy gamer brain fun. But I'm sure when I play it, like, 4 times back to back, I'm going to like it a little less. Joint Assault, I might really hate when we get around to that one. Because there's a ton in Joint Assault. And Joint Assault isn't bad, like, as a game. But after I play it that much, I'm probably going to get very sick of it. And, like, Armored Core stuff has shuffled around a bit from 100%ing those, too. Like, it's just kind of how it goes. It's such a completely different way of experiencing the game. Sweet Jesus. Oh, okay. That interrupted it. Like, the Gen 3 games, after 100%ing them, I like them less. Like, I don't like the Gen 3 Armored Core games as much post 100%s. Because they're a pain in the ass to actually get everything done in. Like, if you just play them front to back, mess around in them, then drop it, they're great. They're better than Gen 2. But God, if you 100% them, they're miserable. It's like Breath of the Wild, right? I don't like Breath of the Wild as much as most people do because I 100%ed it. Whoa, okay. Your reward is the same. Yeah, it's like the exploration is fun in Breath of the Wild, but it's a lot shallower than it seems. Like if you do really anything beyond just like taking it at face value. I think Tears of the Kingdom also kind of made it worse, not just for me, but for a lot of people. Like, I feel like past the initial hype wave, a lot of people after playing Tears of the Kingdom were like, oh, this might not be as good as I always thought it was. I definitely heard a lot of that sentiment going around post Tears of the Kingdom release. And now that I realize how many enemies and bosses and stuff there are, I do not need those orbs. I thought I needed them. Now I don't. AC3 went down mostly because of the BS hard mode. That doesn't help it, for sure. Doing like a round 2 after finishing a game multiple times. I've considered it for Armored Core. I considered doing like a rapid fire, because we're like halfway through the 100% for Armored Core, almost. Nexus, once we finish Nexus, we'll be halfway through. Still a lot to go. But I considered just doing like a rapid fire, like I just hit the bullet points, like the main points of like each game and how they shifted around. Like Project Phantasma, I never finished the arena when I did the review, but now that I've finished the arena, I'm like, God damn it. Project Phantasma had like one of the best arenas, but just my skill wasn't at the point where I could tackle it without Human Plus back when I first did the review. Because I was still struggling with like the basic control scheme. But now that I've played it, it's like, yeah, Project Phantasma has one of the best Armored Core arenas. Like, absolutely. I'm trying to think. There's a lot more. Oh, Master of Arena. I never played Disc 2 for the review, and a lot of people were like, oh my god, he never talked about Disc 2. Why did he skip Disc 2? I've played it. Disc 2 is fine, but forcing myself to complete all of it kind of sucked. Like, there's just too much. It crosses that line and it becomes too much. Where it's just like, okay, some extra arena fights, fun. Like 200 extra arena fights? I don't think I needed that many. It was kind of a slog to get through them all. And I'm the arena guy, and I thought it was too much. I'm trying to think of other bullet points. Oh, just Armored Core 2. Like, none of my specific opinions changed on AC2, but it is just like going back and replaying it after having played everything in the series. I was like, you know, AC2 is still just one of the strongest, like, all-around Armored Core games. And I kind of wish I had praised it more originally, which, like, of course, I couldn't have known that it would still be one of the best out of the entire series. Like, I just didn't have that knowledge. But, like, kind of deserves to be acknowledged as such. It's just really fucking good. The Gen 3 ranking's going down because there's just so much stuff to where it's too much. It's just super overinflated. Nexus going up because Disc 2. Like, Nexus might just get a whole goddamn mini review in that video because of Disc 2. And how actually awesome it is. And then also a mini rant about how it's packaged as bonus content when it's clearly the main thing that devs actually focused on during development. Like, if you play it, it's so apparent that that was where all of the main effort went. And yet, it, for some reason, got, like, relegated to being like, oh yeah, this is the bonus. What? This is the best part. Stuff like that. And it could definitely be a thing for more games going forward. Like Metal Gear Solid 1, it's like, yeah, this game is buggy as fuck. And you know, on a single first playthrough, you don't realize, but once you're doing like Fox rank and like 3 extra playthroughs, you start to be like, oh my god, there's a lot of bugs and bullshit going on here. And I want to take back all of my praise for the Vulcan Raven fight, because once I had to do it with no radar, I realized how terrible the audio in that game is. Like, the Vulcan Raven fight made me just realize that Metal Gear Solid 1 has some awful audio, it has awful dynamic audio. That's what I was trying to say. Directional, and dynamic wasn't right either. Directional audio. Oh, that's not my grenade launcher. Stuff like that. I feel like the only person in the world who didn't like playing it at all. Even when I first picked up Breath of the Wild on stream, like 2 years ago almost, because I played it blind on stream, going in as like, oh yeah, well actually, okay, the story was I was playing Ocarina of Time on stream, the GOAT, right? And we 100%ed Ocarina of Time, and it was a blast, because that game is about as close to perfect as a video game could ever be, if you ask me. Like, there are genuinely, like, there's like 2 problems with Ocarina of Time overall. One of them is like a core thing, and one of them is like a nitpick at one specific point in the story. So it's like, it's about as close to being perfect as you could get, really. Like, it has one general design flaw, and one point in the entire story that's like, this could have been explained better, and that's about it. Like, that's genuinely... And I guess the water temple is annoying. Oh, but that's maybe just my intelligence. God of War 2018, get the fuck out of here. I haven't played it yet, but I refuse to believe it. What? What was that? Oh, it was the projectiles. You know, getting sucked into the ghost world now sucks on DMD, because the boss health in there is so bad and the damage is so bad. Not the laser. Please. Okay. Fuck you, blob on the floor. I'm out. You don't like walking, talking games? I personally... Oh, shit. I think they can be okay. It depends on how good the writing is and how they balance out the pacing with that. Like The Last of Us? No. Outlast? Fuck no. Not so much the talking in Outlast, but absolutely the walking. Although Outlast also has like the... I talked about recently, what game was it? Oh, I was talking about Fear and Hunger. I was talking about how much I despise like things being in games purely for shock value and how lazy it is. Outlast is a lot of that. Like, its horror kind of entirely relies on like, oh my god, is that a penis? Yes. Are you scared of it? Oh no. Okay. I can skip the puppets. Or sorry, the fetishes. And that should help a lot. And if I don't get pulled into the ghost world, the fight will go a lot faster. Somebody clip that. You clip that. Somebody clip that, he says. Oh, the reason, by the way, that I'm using Ifrit, the strat that I'm going for with Nightmare that's totally different, is I know that the core... Okay, let me explain the Nightmare thing for people who don't know. Let me start all the way at the beginning, because not everyone in chat is going to know what I'm talking about. So Nightmare's gimmick across his 3 fights is that those little cores that pop out where you can actually damage him, they'll break progressively, and their like health bar, their total health bar, carries across between the 3 fights for like how damaged they are. So if you chip off like half of one of the cores in the first fight, in the second fight, it'll be already like chipped halfway down, right? And it carries through all 3 of his bosses throughout the campaign. It carries throughout your playthrough, right? And as they break apart, Nightmare will progressively take less damage from you hitting that core the more broken that it is. So like when they're full in this fight, this is the most damage that he will ever take per hit out of the 3 boss fights with him. But it's not purely a health-based thing for when they break. The thing that I already know, thankfully, about Nightmare that makes this easier for me to tackle across all 3 of his fights is that it's not based on the number of damage you deal. It's based on the number of hits that the orb takes, that the core takes. So if you do things like charged attacks with Ifrit, where you can get a ton of damage out of like just 1 chip, then you'll get the most damage without breaking the core, I think, possible in the game. If you use something like Inferno or Air Raid, you're gonna get a lot of damage really quickly, but you're also gonna break the core apart really quickly. So it's a balancing act between how fast can I get through this fight and not die, but also how can I set myself up for success in the later Nightmare fights. That's why I'm using like charged Ifrit attacks instead of whatever else I might typically use. Air Raid was what I was using for a lot of my last 2 runs. Because on normal and hard mode, Nightmare's not that scary. On DMD, he's a nightmare. I don't like it at all. And DT, see, that's a whole lot of extra shit. And I have the grenade launcher to charge DT, of course. Okay, that was really fast. KOTOR remake isn't dead. I don't know why people keep saying that it's dead. Because I've had to be on stream and tell people that it's not dead like 4 times at this point. People keep reporting that. I feel like journalists want the KOTOR remake to be dead. It's so bizarre that like any small hiccup happens in that game's development and all the journalism outlets are like, yep, it's over. Game's not getting made. When that literally has not been the case a single time, because we'll just immediately hear like, oh yeah, they have a new art designer. That was like the first big hiccup, right? Was the news came out that their art lead had left, and since they were still so early on, they had to like kind of pause a lot of the core development stuff until they had a new art director. Because otherwise things could fall apart and need to be retroactively fixed so quickly if you don't have an art director on the team in the early stages. So things got paused temporarily. Not even like the entire development got paused. It's like things like placeholder modeling got paused, or things like level design got paused. Things that would actually need an art director like approval got paused, but it wasn't even the whole development. And all the outlets were like, yep, the game is totally halted, not being made anymore. Who knows what will happen? And like me and anyone else who's worked in AAA before was just like, that's not how that works. People are worried they'll ruin it. People are worried they'll ruin it. But like, who cares if they fuck it up? It's one of those things where it's like, you can't damage the product that already exists. I don't, people say that you can, you really, like, you can't. Unless there is a specific issue that can happen if they delist the original. But, like, until they do that, we can't just assume that that's gonna happen. Like, even if they ruin it, the original's still right there. You can just play it. Like, a lot of people don't like RE3 Remake is like a pretty notorious one, right? Just go play the original. Like, it's totally cool if you don't like the remake. You can always just go back, and people who do like the remake have it. Like, you always have the original. If a remake gets borked, it's kind of just like, oh, that is unfortunate. I wish it was better, and you move on. Like, you just go back and play the old one anyway. It's supposed to be an action RPG. The High Republic writing team is a choice that was made for sure. But like the action RPG thing is, in my opinion, a positive. I love KOTOR. I put it as my second favorite RPG ever. If you've never heard me say it, it's second only to Mass Effect 2. Right? Also BioWare in their prime, of course. The one thing that I will never pretend is good in KOTOR is the combat. Because it's not. It's awful. Like, it's actually bad. It's not like Final Fantasy thing, where it's like, oh, you know, turn-based or real-time, like it's just a preference thing. It's like, no, KOTOR combat is bad. Like, it's poorly designed. Like, fundamentally, it has so many problems. It's one of the biggest sticking points with that game. Even for me returning to it, it's like, man, if only the combat wasn't like this. And I know that a lot of my friends who have tried to get into KOTOR and play it for the first time, like in the last few years, it's like the main reason that any of them ended up stopping playing the game is that the combat wasn't fun. And they were kind of hoping to do more like, you know, Star Wars combat stuff. And they just didn't get that. So they, you know, went to play like The Force Unleashed or like Jedi Fallen Order instead. If that's what they were looking for. Dark Forces. One of my buddies I put onto Dark Forces instead, and he fucking loved it. Skip you. When he dropped it because of combat, I was like, you should check out the Dark Forces games. Because he wanted to do a blaster run. He wanted to do like a kind of outlaw sort of thing instead of being a Jedi like most people obviously go into KOTOR doing on like a first, or yeah, typically like your first run of KOTOR, you're gonna be a Jedi because of course, right? But he wanted to do like an outlaw thing. He wanted to use blasters and stuff. So I put him on the Dark Forces and he fucking loved it. Action RPG is definitely a positive for me in terms of like new directions that they're taking it in. I'm fully behind that one. Ooh. Ooh. What am I doing? Stop hitting it. My brain went to like, okay, get some damage before it goes away. When that was just a bad idea. Oh, god damn it. of the then current Star Wars tabletop role-playing game. I mean, it's cool that it's based on a tabletop game, but like its systems design is, as a video game, poor. Because like tabletop to video game is not a transition that can be made very easily. Unless you're like an edge case. Like I think Baldur's Gate 3 did it well. I'm trying to think of more. I guess the old school XCOM games did it well. Like the old, what's it, UFO, Enemy Unknown and shit like that. Before it was even called XCOM, when it was called fucking UFO. Ow! Oh, fuck. But KOTOR's combat is super busted. Like really, really busted. God damn it. Super Eye Patch Wolf DMC video. The guy did each mission DMD S rank, no hits. I did not see that. I know, God, what's his name? He uploads like once in a blue moon. What if I said that Dragon Age Origins is better than Mass Effect 2 and KOTOR? I would tell you that it is perfectly okay to be wrong. Because Mass Effect 2 and KOTOR are, well, it might be better than KOTOR. I don't know. Oops. Just resetting that. This nightmare boss is a shit show. As I had expected it would be when I was like, maybe we could clear all these ranks today. You know, DMC 1 missions are short, and normally the hiccups aren't as bad as mission 15 was. But then I realized that we had like 6 bosses left still in these missions. And all of the hiccups so far with the S ranks have just been the boss fights. Although Nightmare is now an exception in the sense of, what's it called? I have cleared the boss. Typically what it's been is I just literally can't get through the boss without dying because I'm not used to DMD strategies and stuff. And skill issue, you know, the combination isn't great. This one I actually beat the boss, but I didn't get the S rank. I only got an A, so we had to do it again, but better. Hello, Tibby. Morally Gray Cerberus. Mass Effect 2 is genuinely my favorite RPG ever. It's so good. They added the interruptions, like the Paragon and Renegade interruptions that are... Has anyone here done a Renegade playthrough of Mass Effect 2? Please, someone has, right? Someone in chat? Someone here has to have done one, right? At least one person? Has anyone done a Renegade run of Mass Effect 2 before? Because, oh my god, I have, of course. The interruptions on Renegade are fucking hilarious. Like, actually just the most unintentionally funny shit ever. Sometimes it is intentionally as well, but a lot of the time it is just like, these aren't supposed to be as funny as they are. But oh my god, this is like, I'm in pain from laughing so hard at this. The Renegade interruptions in Mass Effect 2 are the funniest goddamn thing. Never played Mass Effect? Wait for sale. Legendary Edition keeps going on sale for like 20 bucks. It's the entire trilogy remastered, visually remastered for $20. We're talking like 100 hours of RPG that spans across 3 entire games. Remastered for 20 bucks. You have no excuse. Experience peak. Go buy the collection right now. Not right now, but if it's on sale, buy it right now. Like, even at full price, it is full priced at 60 still. And even then, it's like 20 bucks a game is a good price. But dude, if you wait until $20 sale, Jesus. It's like 9 bucks on PlayStation. Is it actually? This is what I mean when I say that people have no reason. It's like Mass Effect and Halo is one of the ones that I'm like, Halo, unless you're on PlayStation, I can't believe that people haven't played Halo. Because Master Chief Collection exists and goes as low as like $15 frequently. And I'm like, you get 7 of the most critically acclaimed video games ever in one package for $15. And you're telling me that you just haven't, you know, oh, I just haven't gotten around to it. What? Like, genuinely, unless you're on PlayStation, what are you doing if you haven't played Halo yet? If you've got a working PC or Xbox, get on it, man. Oh, it was Matthew Matosis. That's what I was trying to think of. I've seen his DMC video, yes. When I was like, oh, there was this other guy that did it. I have seen his commentary. It was ages ago, but I've seen it. I think that's why I know the nightmare thing actually is from him explaining it. Uh-oh. Biatch. Super cheap on PlayStation Store. I mean, free is certainly cheap. That's not even very cheap. That's cheap. What is damaging me every time that this orb comes out? I am inside of him? Pause. Uh-oh. Not the claw. Side claw. Horrifying move. I swear, you could do a compilation of me in the style of like Metal Gear Solid. Like all of the super like sus shit that I just say at random. That's like, what? I'm surprised we don't have a Chole out of context yet. I'm surprised it's taken this long for someone to get around to it, because I feel like I give out way too much material for it. Ugh. No. Fuck me. Okay. Give me my, not needle gun, my shotgun. The legendary 300 Spartans all got it on before battle. Is this canon to the Schneider version? Or sorry, Snyder. Snyder and Schneider are two very different directors. Like really different in a lot of ways. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. This might be it. Oh, thank God. Canon to real history? That's not as important. You know how long ago that was, man? I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the movie. Of course, come on. Oh, okay. This mission's gonna be one. We're gonna get stuck here for a bit. Oh, we are definitely gonna get stuck here for a bit. Nope. Nope. Oh, shit. We're still making fun of a guy for wanting the movie Superman to actually show emotion. Yeah, to be fair, no offense to any Zack Snyder fans in chat, but you have to have a certain level of brain rot to even, like, earn that title, right? This is not a joke meant to offend Zack Snyder fans. This is a joke about Zack Snyder's films being terrible. For the record. Plato and Socrates were chums, apparently. I could see that. I could certainly see that. Zack Snyder cut of Justice League was pretty good. I never watched his cut of Justice League because Justice League was fucking awful. And I couldn't imagine how his cut would make it better, so I just didn't watch it. Someday I'll watch the Snyder cut. Calling Rebel Moon. What's his other movie? Someone's got to help me out. I've dogged on it a lot on stream before. Hold on. His cut makes it into a good movie. I guess the other thing as well is just that, like, Watchmen, yes. Man, I didn't like that one either. That one's pretty hit or miss. I know some people who do like Watchmen. For me, Watchmen was a very impressive movie in the sense that he somehow took, like, the base concept and made it incredibly boring. That much impressed me about Watchmen. If you can't tell, I'm really not a fan. Sorry, I was gonna say the other thing that made me skeptical to even watch the Snyder Cut was, I had seen his other DC movies, right? Like, I had seen Batman versus Superman. So as much as I heard that, like, Justice League sucks because, like, he got screwed over and it wasn't the original vision that he had planned and all this, I also had seen his other DC movies and knew that they were all just as bad. I guess maybe Wonder Woman was, like, marginally better. I know a lot of people were like, oh yeah, Wonder Woman was pretty good. I didn't like Wonder Woman either. Watch the 4-hour. I forget that it's, like, also just ridiculously long. Man of Steel, not good. Better than Batman vs. Superman, for sure, but just not good. Not good enough for me to trust him to be able to save what Justice League was that I saw. Not enough to trust that the original cut, like the intended cut, would have been better. Oof. Did I just enemy hike off of his hand? Okay, that was like the most unintentionally cool shit I've done in this game so far. Absolutely. I actually did just do a step off of his fucking hand after he tried to punch me. Ow, I'm dead. I haven't seen V for Vendetta yet. I've heard it's good. Hello, Dream Master. Scum. Oh, this mission is like, it's another one of those too, where to even get to the difficult part that we're gonna, like, the part that we're actually gonna be struggling with, takes like a good 5 minutes to even get back to that point to retry it. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be like Mission 15 all over again, except not as bad. Mission 15 was really bad because literally every encounter in that mission could kill me. And then I had to do the Griffin fight. That was a whole... Mission 15 was bad. And then 16 was... This will be more like 16. More like Mission 16. Because it's also, like, my strategy isn't bad. Like, Griffin I had to completely relearn for DMD on the spot twice, for the record. Because he has 2 different fights entirely. Like, different movesets and arena types and everything. Virgil, I have to learn what to do about those swords. That's an issue. I don't know what to do with those right now. Oh, this is a problem. An unexpected problem. Okay, this hallway can kill me for sure. Oh wait, is that it? Oh, that's... No, the music is going, but the timer is gone. Okay. Sean, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I think you just run. There's no way that it's as simple as just run. I really... Today is not the day, bucko, for this. All right. At least it's not as bad as deflecting the fireballs on Lucia's disc of DMC2. Watchmen is incredible. I forget that it was a comic in the first place. Yeah, okay. If the nobodies, if I only have to kill like 2 of them, that hallway's a lot better. I thought I was gonna have to kill so many of them to get through there. I also haven't fought the nobodies yet on DMD, which doesn't make my life any easier. Oops. I was playing one-handed and I accidentally hit the right thumbstick. I can't believe that after all of my time of actually doing the platforming bit there, someone in chat on the last run was like, you can just like hike off the wall at the end. And I went to try it, and sure enough, the platforming is not required at all. You can just wall jump it, and it's perfectly fine. I just want DT for starting out this fight. That's all. Did I say thank you, Sean, for the sub? I don't know if I did, but thank you. There's no way that I just run from the swords. Like, it can't be that simple. Thank you, Virgin. Okay. Oh. I have the lid on my water still. This might be a fight where it could be worth it to watch someone else do it first. This might be the DMC1 fight that I cave and I'm just like, okay, what's the strat? Because this mission is going to be such a bitch if I don't. I haven't done it yet. So maybe it's okay if I do it this time. Right? I figured out everything else. Those swords can like insta-kill me from full health, basically, if they come out and I don't know what to do. So trying to figure it out on my own, while possible, is just gonna take way longer than it should. What I was doing with my other hand is completely up to interpretation. Although my hand was in frame. To be fair. How long the season pass will take in Tekken 8 to finish? The one bit of credit that I can give the Tekken 8 season pass, the Tekken pass, whatever it was called, is that I am already at like tier 12 or something. And I haven't played a lot of the game because I've been working on video stuff and just like playing it whenever I need a break. Or actually, this morning, I needed to play it when my laptop's GPU overheated. Like I just needed to do something while I waited for that to cool off. Something that I recorded this morning was so intense, like visually, and had so much to render out per frame that it actually overheated my dedicated 2080 Super that I use purely to encode the video. So if that gives you any sort of idea of what game I'm doing next. But I'm already at like tier 13 in a day and a half of the Tekken Pass being out. And I would say I've probably played for like 2 hours. So the one bit of credit that I can give the Tekken Pass is that I think if you play like 5 hours of the game in the next 3 months, you'll unlock everything, I'm pretty sure. Now, give or take, like if you're playing online, I guess, you have to play like 5 hours of online in the next few months to unlock it all. But genuinely, it's in my experience, that seems like it's about how long it'll take. The Reddit Theater Kid Joker battle. Joker? Oh, Battle Pass Disaster. No. I feel like everyone already forgot the Suicide Squad game happened. Like, even I did. I'm like, oh yeah, the Suicide Squad game. That happened. That's a thing that they put out, isn't it? Which is crazy. It really hasn't even been that long. And yet here we are. I've already like forgotten that it existed somewhat. Yeah, just fucking go through all of it. You know, I'm only like animation canceling in DT. Yeah, just hit me for my entire health. That's cool. Whoa! A few weeks back, it was Tom. Tom was like, I don't know, I thought it was okay. And to be fair, I gave Tom shit. And I'm like, Tom, you're the demographic, man. You're the one who's gonna let them get away with this. And he was like, I know. I was like, you're the problem, Tom. It's you. He was like, yeah. He's self-aware about it, at least. He has a video on his YouTube, because Tom, once in a while, uploads on YouTube. He did a video. He got the platinum trophy in Suicide Squad. He actually got the platinum on the game. How did you get over there? Oh, that's right, they have a big, yeah, that teleport. I thought that was projectiles. I forget that it's a teleport. Was just all the base game content with no story cutscenes. Everyone's level was reset to 1, and the boss was just Brainiac with Green Lantern stuff. Yeesh. I thought they had some new, like, rift thing going on that I heard a little bit about. I think like Luke Stevens covered it a little bit. I don't remember. Someone covered it. There was something new that wasn't base game content. But it was like hardly new. Because like it didn't change the gameplay loop at all. It was just like, yeah, I guess it's like a new environment. Like a, whatever. The meme of Boomerang doing a double take. It does seem like the writing for the characters is at least entertaining from like what little of the game that I've seen. It does seem like the Suicide Squad themselves do have like a good dynamic and good writing going on and stuff like that. But it feels like that's about all that there is in that. Could have platinumed Helldivers 2. He could have. I think right now he's doing the original God of War is what he's working on right now, last I heard. I know that he hasn't finished it because he puts his stuff in the Discord channel whenever he finishes it, the promote channel. So I would know if, and I would watch that. I think he's doing the original God of War Platinum next. I don't know if he's finished that yet or not. I don't know where he's at with that, but I know that's what he was working on. How did I do this last time? There. Ugh. People like the shark guy, but I'm not really into that character trope. What, big dumb guy? I like big dumb guy. Like big lovable idiot. I like that trope, honestly. I like those characters. Big lovable idiot is a good one for me still. Like I can't really not like them, you know? Like him or like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. The only case where I can be mad about it is like Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. But that's only because they took everything that was good about MCU Hulk and completely deconstructed it and just did away with it for the sake of turning him into big dumb lovable idiot. Which it's not entirely a Thor Ragnarok problem either. It was happening before that movie. It just got really bad in Thor Ragnarok. And the Hulk is one of my favorite superheroes. So I was like insulted. They took everything interesting about him and just made him into like comedic relief. And I hated it, every bit of it. Okay, he armored straight through it. Hold on here. I cannot stand Thor Ragnarok. You might be the first person other than myself who says that. Like, I've been saying on stream for years that I hate Thor Ragnarok, and everyone's like, dude, it's top tier MCU. It's one of the best MCU movies. And I'm like, you are on fucking cocaine. I don't know what you got, but I want some. Hold on. I am looking for... All I got is there. This is Devil's Cry, who helped us a ton with his videos of DMC2. So he once again gets a little showcase here. I'm sorry, is he fighting everything? Oh god, I need the orbs, don't I? No, there are funny jokes in Ragnarok, but it's just like, there's no seriousness in Thor Ragnarok, like, at all. Until, like, the ending just expects you to, like, take it seriously. Despite the way that the entire rest of the movie was presented. Then at the very end, you're supposed to take it seriously, like, out of nowhere. He lures Virgil out into the center. Oh, that's good to know. Why have I never seen someone do that before? Dude. Okay, so he kind of just goes really slow with him. When he's blocking, you can run around to his ass. Dude, that damage is so fucked up. Like, Virgil's damage here. Sorry, Nello Angelo's damage here. My bad. Is ridiculous. He's not even sword canceling. It might be because Virgil just armors through shit here anyway, like that. Like, any benefit of doing the sword loop just doesn't really come into play here. That might be why he's not messing with it. Because you can't actually loop him. Like, he just randomly decides to armor out of it no matter what. So it might be worth just going for the pure damage whenever you do catch him. That combo is scary. You just gotta be ready for it. He makes this look so easy. This is a long fight where 2 errors equals death. It really is. And he just has such a large amount of health. Uh-oh. Okay, Vortex, of all things, is like gonna be the key that we were missing here. And I guess not doing the sword loop at all. Just don't even mess with it. Okay, he makes it look easy. He makes it look like it's an easy fight. Like, he just booted that up, ran through it in like 2 minutes, took 1 hit the entire time. Like it was nothing. He's just godly like that. He really is. That's why I went to his video instead of the Matthew Matosis one. It also came up, but I saw his video and I was like, man, every time I watch this guy's S ranks, whenever I'm trying to do them, it shows me how to do shit. Like, it shows me that missing piece. And sure as shit, I learned 2 things there. Ifrit jump hits the swords. That's risky though, because then I would have to do the Ifrit swapping. I guess it's not risky if I use the pause menu. But it might break my flow. It might be risky in that sense, which might sound like a stupid excuse. But flow is very important doing the DMD bosses, trust me. If something unexpected happens during these boss fights, I like instantly lose it. Because it is like 2 errors equals death during these bosses. And so as soon as something happens that I'm not expecting and I lose the flow of it, like I feel thrown off by it, it's just over almost immediately. Okay, that was not my brightest moment. I can admit when I've done something wrong. That was one of those moments. Oh, we're trying to go this way, Dante. Come here. The weird thing with Thor Ragnarok, though, I saw Waititi got brought up. He's not a bad director, is the crazy thing. Because his works outside of the MCU are really good. It's just, man, his Thor movies suck, in my opinion. Like, you know, I'm not a Ragnarok fan. And Love and Thunder certainly didn't change my mind. I don't know about the rest of you. But definitely not. Oh no, I'm out. They're all just instantly DTing now. They do still DT? Yeah, these guys do. Oh my god, I can't leave. Love and Thunder was worse. It was. It absolutely. I would say Love and Thunder. I'm dead. You guys see how fast I died? Jesus. No, Love and Thunder was significantly worse than Ragnarok. I don't like either of them. But Love and Thunder was so much worse. Absolutely. The one good part of Love and Thunder was Christian Bale's performance. I think his character was wasted on that movie. Not his character, sorry, his performance. Because even like the writing of his character, he should have been in the movie more as well. He was the one part of that movie that I was like, you know, at the very least, Christian Bale just doesn't miss. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a movie and been like, man, Christian Bale sucked in this movie. I've never. Like, genuinely, I don't think I've ever done. I can't think of a moment where I've ever seen a movie with him and been like, oh man, he blew it in that movie. Never once. It's fantastic in everything. Oh, actually, I can think of one, but it's kind of small. I think that his Batman voice is fucking stupid in the Nolan movies. That's it. That's like my one Christian Bale thing ever. Is that I think his Batman voice is awful. But I also think that he's like the best Bruce Wayne in live action. At the same time. So it's kind of a give and take on that one. But I do think that the voice in... It's not bad. Bro, his like, where is she? It's awful. It's Terminator Salvation. See, but like his performance in that is fine. Shit movie. But like his acting was fine. His character was written awfully. But the problem with John Connor in Terminator Salvation is not Christian Bale. At the very least. He's not the issue. There is an issue, but it's not him. I forgot he was in that until just now. I typically like to forget that that movie exists. But you had to bring it up. But definitely, I would say he's not the problem in that one. His acting is fine. The writing was shit. Top 3? No. What would be top 3? I don't even know. Maybe. It's kind of one of those things where, you know, you do your top 3 Terminator movies, and I feel like everyone is like, okay, yeah, absolutely. Terminator 2, number 1. Terminator, number 2. And then you sit there and you try to come up with number 3, and you're like, well, after those 2, none of them are great. The others are awful. Yeah, it couldn't be Terminator 3. It really is a matter of everything after the first 2 is so bad, and there's so many, that choosing a top 3 actually becomes difficult, because I have to choose like the least offensive of a bunch of bad movies. And you know what, chat? I might say, tell me how crazy this is. Going off of memory, it might be the most recent one. What was that one even called? Hold on. Terminator movies. I gotta go fast here. Is Dark Fate the most recent one? Was that the last one? 2019? I think that was the last one. It might be that one. If I had to choose the third best, I might say it's that one. The most recent one is the worst? No. I think it's better than Salvation. I think it's better than 3. Oh, the worst one? The worst one might be Genesis. Is the worst of them all? How? It might be, but you're gonna have to explain it to me. Because going off of memory, again, I haven't seen any of these movies since like 2019, which is a factor here right now. Like the last time I saw any Terminator movie that's not the first 2 was like 5 years ago. And I've only seen Dark Fate once. So just going off of what I remember leaving from seeing it and being like, that was much better than I expected it to be. Not like, oh, that was good, but I was like, you know, I was really prepared for a lot worse. They made the struggle of 1 and 2 irrelevant. They killed John Connor in that movie? Wait. Okay, I might have found the problem. Well, I don't remember this. Scene 1? What? I don't remember this at all. Hold on. We'll have to come back to this. Certainly. I don't remember them killing John Connor. How did they kill him? Because you said it was a dumb way. How did they do it? That might jog the memory. Oh, shit. That's why your judgment is no longer valid? I just don't remember. He gets killed at the beach? I don't remember this at all. Hold on. I'm curious. Terminator movies ranked. I'm Googling it. Entertainment Weekly. Here we go. Let's see what happens. They put Genesis as the worst, which, going off of memory, I would agree. But I also don't really remember that movie. I just remember thinking that that was the worst one when I saw it. Then they put Salvation, which is probably not what I would have done. They put Terminator 3 as the third best. No, I would have put Terminator 3 as the second worst, and then Salvation, and then Dark Fate. Going off of the memories that I have from watching them years ago. And then they put T2 as the best and Terminator 1 as number 2. So, doesn't do anything to ruin the lore of 1 and 2. I mean, they're all in different timelines, like, legitimately. That's the best thing about Terminator as well, is that there are 4 fucking Terminator timelines in 6 movies, which is not an exaggeration or a joke. There are 4 separate Terminator timelines in the 6 films, because every movie after Terminator 3 is put in an entirely different timeline than the previous sequels, which is great. Thank you, James Cameron. Almost as good as that time that you made that movie about blue people. I wonder if that's why I didn't mind them killing John Connor, because I feel like I would have cared. But I also just kind of like know that every time they do a Terminator sequel, they are doing like a new branching timeline. So I might not have cared because I was like, you know what? It's just this continuity. And I might have genuinely forgotten by the end of the film, because I clearly don't remember it. Overrated hack. I like, outside of the first couple Terminators, I agree that I don't like James Cameron, because I don't like Avatar. I've talked about this before. When the new Avatar came out and everyone was like, Cole, have you seen Avatar yet? I was like, no, I didn't like the first one. I still haven't seen the new Avatar because I didn't like the first one. I just never thought it was very good. Which, that's also a hot take, because I know that everyone loves the Avatar movies. Oh fuck, he made Aliens. I forgot that that was him. Okay, Aliens as well. The Titanic is not the... Only about as good as the first. I heard a lot of people saying both ways. I heard people saying the second one was better. I heard people saying it was worse. And I heard about like an equal amount of both. True Lies? I don't think I've seen True Lies. Or The Abyss. I haven't seen The Abyss either. Okay, fuck. I should probably look at the screen more. Hold on. I kind of just look at how good the CGI is. I feel like that's what most people do. I think that's why most people like Avatar, which is fine. Like, you can totally have the opinion of, oh yeah, I like it because the CGI is really pretty and impressive. That's fine. As long as you can acknowledge that that's the reason that you like the movie, then we're fine. Was Pocahontas in space with Dances with Wolves? That actually sounds pretty good. When you put it like that, that sounds... makes it sound pretty good. Uh-oh. Fuck. I got this. I got this. I forgot that James Cameron was Aliens. Oh my god. All right. Oh, Dante, grab it, you stupid bitch. How can you be the greatest devil hunter? Thank you. It's not a problem with me, it's a problem with Dante, clearly. I heard they try to do too much stuff with 2 without going anywhere with it. Well, wasn't 2 supposed to like set up a 3rd movie? Aren't they gonna do a 3rd one now? Like apparently they were saying that when they wrote Avatar 2, they also like outlined the 3rd movie, and the plan with the 2nd one was to turn it into a trilogy. That's what I heard, at least. I don't know if that was just people talking out of their asses, but 3, 4, and 5? Bro, there's no way. Who's gonna fund all that? By the time they get to the 5th movie, people are gonna realize that they're just watching it for the CGI. Oh, you just flip a 180 midair now? That's just what you do, Virgil? Oh my god. I'm delaying too long. There we go. Oh, you are such a bitch. They filmed most of it like all at once? No. They couldn't have. Something has to take its place? I think it's Dune. From the looks of it, it seems like it's Dune. I feel like it's already taken its place. He's been self-funding the Avatar sequels? What? Wait, so they already filmed the... Bro, they can't make that many. It's not doing Avatar numbers. Dune 2 box office was apparently like astounding though, wasn't it? I mean, fucking everyone saw it and loved it. Like, I'm one of the only people who still hasn't seen Dune 2. And I thought that its box office was crazy. Saw it twice. Fuck off, don't do that. Jesus. Oh, fuck. I didn't think you started up that fast. Why does it feel like more people saw Dune 2 than Avatar 2? Like, why do I feel like people talked more about Dune 2? Like, the word of mouth was better, you know? I mean, maybe because it was a better movie. Go figure. I didn't love the first one. Oh, I really liked the first one. Because it's better? Yeah, that's probably why. Because people liked the movie more? Yeah. Wow. Wow. So many changes in the Dune movie that are at odds with the themes of the books. Thankfully, my ass can't read. So I will sit there and be the consumer, and I will consume in my blissful ignorance. Only 2? Oh wow, only 2. Hello, Capcom. Nice job aligning the wall with the floor, you guys. Wrong move. Delayed too much. Ow! Fuck off! Oh my god. Oh, whoa! Whoa! Books are better than films, though. If you're a nerd. And that's coming from the guy who does video essays. Some things that some things work on text that don't work on screen as well. That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's a harder transition than a lot of like entertainment media is. Like going from books to like visual media is pretty tricky compared to like, you know, when you do like games to like a film or TV show adaptation. You've got like The Last of Us that literally just did like a 1-to-1, like, yep, we just turned the first game into a whole season of TV, and like boom, like most popular show of Q1 2023. I had to remember. Just like that. Like just genuinely the most watched TV series of that quarter was The Last of Us. Because people ate that shit up. Because like it was already so visual. You just put it right over. Boom, there you go. Ow. And I guess add in episode 3 just to weed out the worst part of your fan base as well. That episode being so controversial was the craziest part about that show coming out. That was truly like, that was one of the worst moments of gaming Twitter ever, if you ask me. That was really like seeing gaming Twitter have a fucking uprising over the fact that there was a gay love story in the Last of Us TV show was insane. That was something. The crazy part was that was my favorite episode of the show because it was new and it was really good. Like I teared up at the end of it. It was just really well written, like this little self-contained story. It was great. And then I go on Twitter after watching it with the boys, and we all fucking cried and everything. And then Twitter was like fucking outraged over it. It was wild. That was one of the darkest days on gaming Twitter. Really was. They did add some stuff. Yeah, episode 3 was entirely added. I also don't like The Last of Us to begin with. Yeah, I watched it with friends, but I wasn't like particularly impressed with it because, like, you know, I've already played The Last of Us. Like, half of the friends that we watched it with had never played the game. It was like half of us had and half of us hadn't. So for the half of us that had, we were all like, yeah, I mean, this is good. It's literally just the game. Like with tiny bits added in. Like it's just the most small additions. But it really, if you've played The Last of Us 1 and you've watched the season, it's pretty much just a one-to-one carryover. Like there's new stuff, but it's so little, like in terms of the entire show. And it's additions. They don't change things. They added, but they didn't change. Like they just pretty much like put it right over. I don't have HBO, so I couldn't finish it. Episode 3 is worth it. Episode 3 it's an entire episode of new stuff that wasn't in the game. And it's the best episode in the show, if you ask me. Like, that's as good as The Last of Us show got, in my opinion, was that episode. I remember seeing some people even being like, I can't believe that Neil Druckmann would do this to his fans. I'm like, do what? Because like he did legitimately write the adaptation for TV. They had the original game writer do the adaptation. So, dude, that only made it worse for them. The outraged fans were crazy that day, man. Ow! Ow! Virgin, why? Oh, fuck. I was too slow. Jesus. I haven't even gotten him down to half health. I wonder what the most toxic social media platform is. I have the answer. Everyone is going to say it's Twitter. And I'm going to tell you this. Everyone who says that is wrong. Do you know what it is? And it's not even close if you ask me. It's not even close. It's Instagram. It is hands down Instagram. Bro, if you open the comments on fucking anything on Instagram, you will read the most heinous shit you've read in your life. And I've been on 4chan. Instagram is genuinely worse than 4chan at this point. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but kind of not. Instagram doesn't hit the absolute depths of 4chan. It doesn't get that bad, But the thing is, it gets really bad really consistently. Like, you open anything on Instagram and it's it's pretty bad. 4chan at the very least, it's like 4chan is that bad in like the little corners and pockets of 4chan that get like that. Instagram, it's the entire platform. Like, genuinely. And you know why? It's because it's all kids. I mean, that's why. It's because it's all kids. But it's like an entire platform where all the engagement is coming from a demographic that is like collectively going through their edgelord phase all at once. Like, that's genuinely, this isn't like a boomer thing. This is just like, yeah, we've all been 13, 14, been through the edgelord phase. It's just that like 13 and 14-year-olds are the prime user demographic on Instagram. So your prime demographic is all going through that phase like collectively at once. Ow. Jesus. Uh-oh. Misinput. False recently, like a couple weeks ago, she said something to me about like, man, I don't get any hate comments anymore. Like, I must have fallen off because I just don't get them. And my immediate response to her was, well, you haven't posted on Instagram in a while. Like, that was just the immediate joke that came to my mind was like, yeah, you just haven't been on Instagram. That's why. And it's true that the vast majority of False's hate comments that she gets are always Instagram. She gets a couple on YouTube here and there, a couple on TikTok maybe. Vast majority, it's Instagram. The most toxic comment section is N hentai. Don't ask me how I know that though. I won't ask, but I will wonder. We could generate some if she wants. The funniest genre of false hate comments are the ones, for me, they're consistent too, and they're really funny. It's the ones where in a video that has someone else in it, whoever else is in the video with False, like, wheeze laughs, and the commenter thinks that it's her wheezing. One of them was me. One of them was me letting out, like, the entire, the entirety of the air in my lungs in one wheeze because I laughed so hard. And her getting comments thinking that it was her wheeze, being like, you can just hear the pounds on this bitch. You can just hear the obesity. And it's my laugh. It's not her. It's me, or like it's Kaz, who also has, he's cursed with a wheeze laugh the way that I am. And it's so funny. It's genuinely really funny. It's always Instagram too, by the way. For the record. Ow. Virgil, please be gentle. Ow, dude. Fuck. Do I have to slow down even more? Like, holy shit. Just tried to open it. Apparently banned in France due to... Oh. Oh. Weebs, am I right? I'm sorry. That might have been in poor taste. Maybe. But yikes. Come get some. Oh. That was actually... Did you see Dante track to his new location instead of where he was at the start? That's interesting. I haven't seen that one before. I mean, you're kind of right, but goddamn. Hey man, all I'm saying, you will never have such heated debates about what is and isn't an adult as you will with a weeb. I'm just saying. I've seen it. It's another moment where it's like, damn, you do be kind of right though. I've been on the internet, man. I've seen these discussions happen. I've seen these debates. I've been around enough. Come on. Man, when the fetishes are in here, it's just so many orbs compared to otherwise. Oh, that's bad. Another false thing is I will never forget is it was a new chatter entering her chat. And the first thing they asked was, "Hello, I really like your model. Do you have a chibi/lolly version?" Question mark. And I was like, first time chatter? God damn! First time chatter? I think he got banned. I think the mods just got rid of him for that one. I think the mods were just like, yep, that's like the biggest red flag ever. Be gone. Vosh? I know this name. Yeah, it really is one of those things where, like, he could have gotten away with it probably, but the wording, you really gotta watch your wording. You know, it's one of those things where, like, at least just don't get caught with that, man. Don't make it obvious. Like, come on. Like, it could be a normal question, but the fact that that word was in the question really makes you think that it's not a normal question. Like, it could have been, maybe he was just being genuine. Like, oh, do you have like a, you know, like a small version? Could have been a genuine question. And no, like, nothing behind it. But that wording. Why do I know this streamer's name? Oh my god, the timer. The first picture is him with H3. Is that potentially why I know this guy? Hold on, I gotta lock it in. This has to be it, not the run. I mean, it would be great if it was, but this has to be the best run of it yet, at the very least. This has to be an improvement over the last one. Oh no. That's the really bad combo. The one that starts with the punch. That's the scariest thing he has, genuinely. Oh, fuck my ass. Gently, please. Nicely. Maybe take me to dinner after. Or before. Before would be nice too. Ooh. Oh my god. Is that the best? That might be the most damage I've done to him. How are you gonna defend that? Okay, hold on. I vaguely referenced... I vaguely referenced this on, in False's chat, like, a week ago. This might be like the most false references within 20 minutes ever on this stream. But I brought this up in False's chat like last week. You guys know how, like about a week ago, I went to my grandma's birthday party, like straight from stream, right? I was hosting my grandma's birthday party. Like I was doing, anyway. Something that came up there was her sister was in town and staying with her while she was here for the birthday party, because like all the family was gonna get together for it, sort of thing. So like she flew in just to see everyone and like stay for a few days for it, right? She's also retired and old and everything. And she is known to be a bit of a loudmouth. This sister of my grandmother's. So, in the middle of this party, she randomly brings up, she was like, oh, you should have seen, she's from Boston, by the way. So she was like, oh, you should have seen the pornography on her Facebook. And I'm just like, huh? I'm like, I just am completely taken aback by that singular statement. Just mid-random conversation, I'm like, what did you just say? She was like, your grandmother, the pornography on her Facebook, like on her story. I was like, what? What are you saying right now? I was like, what are you talking about? What? And she's like, you gotta look. There's a lot. And they're like a lot, and we're not talking like softcore either. We're talking like full-on XXX, and even some of that anime stuff too. And I was just like, whoa. And so, of course, I have to. I can't just leave that out in the open. I can't not know what she's talking about. I don't have Facebook. So I go to my grandma. I'm like, I heard there was something on your Facebook story that you were trying to get rid of, because apparently she explained to me, I don't want to do the accent anymore. She explained to me further that my grandma was showing it to her, because my grandma sometimes can be like little, she's not the sharpest, you know? Every once in a while she is just something. And apparently she was like showing it to her, and she was like, yeah, I don't know why this is here. I don't know. Like, I don't know how this got here. I wish it wasn't here. Like, I don't want people to see this. And that's what she was saying, was like, she didn't know how it got there. And I told her before I went to ask my grandmother about this, I'm like, cause she's better with like social media and stuff. My grandma's sister was telling me this. So I say to her, I'm like, man, so this is, I had to clarify. I'm like, this is stuff that's on her story? And she's like, no, like on the story, like section at the top. I'm like, oh, she's following pages like this. She's like, yeah, she's like friends with them or whatever. Oh, okay. I'm like, oh God. And I'm like, that doesn't happen by accident. You don't just stumble upon a page like that while you're like following, you know, your neighbors and being friends with your neighbors. You don't just stumble upon that and have that somehow infest your feed. Like, this isn't a virus. She's following these pages and she's like, yeah. She's like, but she doesn't want him to be that, apparently. I'm like, okay. And then, of course, the best part is that she says, yeah, she asked me if I knew how to get rid of it because she didn't want to bring it to the rest of you because she knew you'd make fun of her. So I try to go and be like, Grandma, I've been told about your Facebook story problem. I can fix this for you. Like, I can handle this. And she gives me her phone and I start going through it, and yeah. And then my cousin Griff, who people who are like super OG from the Twitch days will remember, he was on stream with me a good bit in the Twitch days because we're just really, really good friends. He comes over and he sees over my shoulder what I am looking at on her phone. And he's like, whoa. And Griff also, super, super loudmouth. Super loudmouth. So now everyone at the party is in on this, in on the fact that I'm clearing grandma's porn off of her Facebook feed. And dude, sure as shit, everyone was ruthless with her because everyone there, like everyone's on at least one social media. So everyone knows that that stuff is there because she followed it, right? And my grandma's like, I don't know how it got there. I don't. And we all know. We all know, right? We all understand how social media works here, especially. Like, we all know how this stuff works, right? It doesn't just end up there by accident. Like, you opened the account, you followed it. It doesn't just show up out of nowhere, right? It's just like, dude, come on, what am I doing? Point being, this came up because of the horse thing with the other story that was just in chat. And, oh yes, that's where this story goes. Because some of these accounts, look, I'm not gonna outright say what they were, but I can tell you that some of those accounts, emphasis on those, were called things like Pets Are Family was one of them that I distinctly remember. By name, very specifically. I remember that one. And there were anime ones too, but she wasn't lying about that. And it was just crazy. Just the most ridiculous thing that I've had to do recently was easily needing to clear all of those accounts off of my grandmother's Facebook account. It was just wild. False read the message where I jokingly just brought it up and she was like, oh. False got no further detail for the record. That's all that she knows, is that I had to clear those accounts off of my grandma's phone. And she was just like, oh, that's something. Yeah, that was the best part. Was my cousin Griff just being like, dude, like some of them would come up to me and be like, what is that? What is that? Like his commentary, once everyone in the room knew what was happening, his commentary just completely took that from like an 8 out of 10 to like a 13. Like he was getting everyone else riled up over this, and it was just, oh my God. It was wild. And Griff almost as well, he was going to bring his new girlfriend to this party to have her like meet all the family members. Not new. They've been dating for like 2 years at this point, but most of the family hasn't met her, like the extended family and everything. So he was gonna bring her to it. Cause you know, they're about at that point where he's like, yeah, like extended family events you're invited to now. But I don't remember why he didn't bring her. There was a reason, I just don't remember. She didn't go. And that was one of those moments where I was just like, man, thank God she didn't. Thank God you did not bring your girlfriend to meet the family on this particular occasion, man. Jesus Christ, could you imagine? Wish my family was that fun. Family events are such a shit show. For me, our family, it's just stuff like that. Like there's at least one incident that's just that like absurd every time there's any gathering. Wah! He just kicked me for more than a full health bar of damage. Just straight up like Jin Kazama kick. It's not looking good, bros. At the very least, the sheer speed of Vortex is also enough to get away from the blades if he does activate them before I can stop him, because I'm just far away or whatever. That also just helps a lot, that I can keep spamming it to avoid all that damage. Because you have to be really fast to actually prevent them from coming out at all. So at least like the preventative measure is also the direct counter in this situation. Dreading going to meet my girlfriend's grandparents for the first time. I know for a fact that her grandma's racist. To be fair, I feel like, you know, anyone who grew up before like the 60s, like anyone who grew up in like the 50s and 60s, there's some of that in there, you know? Like even if it's not outward, there's definitely like, it's just, if that's the environment you grew up in, right? She's a Spanish grandma. Oh God. What makes that? What about that makes it worse? I don't know. What in particular about Spanish grandmas makes this even worse? Ow. That kick from Virgil was not right, man. Really, most of his attacks do like a full health bar of damage. It is genuinely like a two mistakes sort of thing. Like that's all you're gonna get here. I think it held my message again. Yeah, YouTube will hold anything it deems not advertiser friendly. Sometimes you gotta really dance around some of the wording. My nanny as a kid was an old Mexican lady. Well, when he says Spanish, he means like Spain Spanish. Like Mexican grandma, I've been there. You know, some of my buddies, I've been there. I know that one firsthand. Spanish, I don't know. There was a not so good government in Spain up until about 50 years ago. Uh-huh. What kind of not so good? What kind of not so good are we talking about? Ganado grandma? Oh, that kind. Until like the 70s? Jesus. I mean, to be fair, I mean, you know, the U.S., we kind of had some crazy shit going on until like near the end of the 60s as well. It's actually crazy how that was like objectively not that long ago. Probably only because most people nowadays just aren't old enough to remember it, so it feels like it was an eternity ago because none of us ever saw it. I love how like almost none of the floors are actually aligned in this hallway. The more that I run through it over and over, the majority of the floors and walls in this hallway like have a gap where there's just, you can see out. Like they're just not aligned. Wah! Wah! That was crazy. Whoa. Virgin, how do you do that? Okay, so like, you know, I can handle a hard boss. This guy just like defies any traditional logic or understanding. Ugh. We're taught certain things in school. Oh. What kinds of like? Have you ever seen the movie Django Unchained? What kind, like, are we talking like? No? Okay, never mind. I was gonna be like, are we talking like candy sort of taught things? Like, great movie. Everyone should see that movie. It's a really good movie. I like that movie a lot. Boss gradually changes how he fights after you die a certain amount of times. That wouldn't be fun, no. No, thank you. You know, the fact that he can flip a 180 mid-air to hit me with a homing kick for more than a full health bar, I think that's enough in terms of challenge, actually, personally. I don't know if that's just me. That's... Spelling it like that. It got held for review, but it half went through. I saw it. There's two kinds of YouTube holding it. There's one where YouTube asks me if it's okay for it to get put through in my chat, like it gets put on me. And then there's the kind where I don't even ever see it, like through moderator tools or anything. There's two kinds of it getting held. That one was like, it got kind of held. I got to decide. This is not a good remake. I mean, not in the sense that it's like faithful. It's very like, you know, it's the old movies like if Tarantino made them. Which Tarantino has a very distinct writing and presentation style. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. And he also is a massive asshole. And like the worst kind of asshole. Like a self-important asshole. So, you know, he thinks that he knows better. If Tarantino's ever gonna remake anything, don't expect it to be faithful in the slightest, because it won't be. Have you ever seen, like, has anyone in chat ever seen interviews where Tarantino talks about other filmmakers? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Because, oh my God, I love his movies and his style and his writing and all that so much, but holy shit, what an asshole. I've never heard him say a good thing about someone else's film, ever. Because he genuinely, like, he could have done it better. He knows better. He's the best ever. Actually, I think I've heard him say good things about like Alfred Hitchcock. That's like the one thing I can think of, actually. Is I think he likes Hitchcock films a lot. That's almost funny. No, it is funny. Like, it is genuinely funny, but when you watch it, you're like, oh my God, what a dick. Like, when you just hear him talk, it's like, oh, how, like, you have to try to be that unlikable, you know? It takes effort to be that much of an ass. It's crazy. And like for someone who has like such a distinct, like such a defined style of his own that makes his stuff feel different from other people's stuff, you'd think he would realize that like the fact that other styles exist doesn't mean that other filmmakers are just inherently worse at it than he is. Like they have a different approach. But like it kind of just doesn't connect for him, you know? Like he kind of just doesn't think that way. He kind of just thinks that everything else is worse. And it's crazy. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh my god. You can't iframe it? Because that's not an instance of, oh, I timed it wrong. That should have had iframes, I think, unless there's even less iframes on the jump than I thought. Easy mode is now selectable. Jesus, dude. He made a lot more than 3 good movies. Like, I genuinely really like his stuff. It's just, Jesus Christ. Like, hold on. Quentin Tarantino, right? Because he did, like, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Django. He did Inglourious Bastards. Hold on. Oh, Kill Bill. Yeah, Kill Bill. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was very good. I feel like people didn't really go out and see that movie when they should have. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is really good. Like, probably one of my favorites of his, actually. I really liked that movie. It helps that the 2 main characters were played by Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, the 2 plots that run side by side in the movie, you're either following Brad Pitt or Leo. One or the other. Like, one of them is on screen pretty much at all times, doing their thing. You know, doing what those 2 do best, which is just being really entertaining actors. And their characters were written well. So it's good acting and good writing. Is that still... I think that was his most recent movie, right? Yeah, it was. He hasn't made anything since. Man, it's been 5 years. Like, I saw it in theaters, and I was like, that was so good. And then no one else saw it. Yeah, he has a big miss in The Hateful Eight. Like, that's a big miss. It's a big miss. Next DMC stream is going to be Virgin Day. Man, late game DMC 1 on Dante Must Die is killing me, though. It really is. Bad out here. It's rough. Anyway. I almost just accidentally hit my stop streaming button instead of my switch screen button. That would have been awesome. I just reach over, it's over. Like, boop, gone. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing Armored Core, Ace Combat, Metal Gear, Ultra Kill. We'll be playing Ultra Kill soon again, probably. I have this stuff scheduled. I don't know when it's all happening exactly right now, but it's all happening at some point soon. So yeah. Anyway, trying to think. My brain right now. Oh yeah. Also, if you enjoyed, feel free to go ahead and leave a like. Helps out a lot with algorithm and stuff. Blah 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 blah. If you're looking for Discord server, Twitter, whatever it might be, those are in the description below. If you haven't seen the Metal Gear reviews yet, and you want to get caught up before the new one, I have that playlist linked at the top of chat. The last one we did was Metal Gear Acid 2. Tactical, turn-based, collectible card RPG for the PSP in the Metal Gear universe. Weird-ass game. Check it out. It's interesting. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll hope you all have back here next time. I hope you all have the rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.